I'm sure all of you guys have heard of OpenAI, the super powerful tool that essentially allows you to do anything. Well, here I am allowing you to recreate that project with a short demo of what is to come. So essentially, what we're going to do here is if we just run it, it's going to see what type of chatbot I would like to create. I'm going to enter Walter White. And then after this, it's going to ask us to give an input. And then, of course, after that input, if you have your OpenAI key, this is not my OpenAI key, but if you do have your OpenAI key, you will be able to output a specific thing. And essentially, your ChatGPT will not only be cheaper than the usual ChatGPT, but will also act like the famous character Walter White. And essentially, that's how the code is actually going to work and going to run. Now, this is going to be a part where I explain some of the code, since the OpenAI key is not here currently. So essentially, messages is a list so that OpenAI actually knows what messages you have previously inputted so that it can reference that in later issues. So then the system message will input what type of chatbot would you like to create. This is the type of chatbot that you want to create and want to actually use. And so after that, that will essentially be the role of the system, which would, of course, be Walter White in this case. After that, we actually get a message. So this is where we actually ask the questions to Walter White. And from here, it will actually be appended to messages. What this means is that it will be added to the messages list so that ChatGPT knows what we've previously said so that it can reference it later on. And essentially what the role is here is the user, as we are, of course, giving it a question, and then the content of the question is the message, essentially, which we input. And of course, this is the model of ChatGPT, which is 3.5 Turbo, which is super cheap and super fast, which is two qualities that we like, of course. And the message is messages. And this, of course, is the reply. And we just add that also to the responses so that ChatGPT knows what it itself has said. And lastly, of course, we print the reply so that we know what the ChatGPT has answered towards us. And essentially, that is how some of the code works. So yeah,